So I went and seen a pulmonary specialist that rheumatologists refer me to, and hey, they're actually really smart. He even said blood work, even if it says normal, doesn't mean there's not active sarcoidosis. But he's gonna check with my old pulmonologist and see what my lungs looked like when he was seeing me, and then now when this new one's seeing me. If there's any difference, any changes, if it's gotten worse or not, or if it stayed the same. And he was really smart, and he was a little upset that my old pulmonologist and eye specialist stopped seeing me when they should have kept seeing me, even if my sarcoidosis went in remission in my lungs. He should have still kept track and see me. And I told him, I was like, well, my sarcoidosis in my eyes didn't go in remission, and that eye specialist said he didn't want to see me even if I went blind. And he's like, what? I just don't understand. And I said, I don't know, maybe he got tired of me always seeing him because my vision still wasn't getting better. And I said, the pulmonologist, I was still telling him I was having trouble breathing, and he told me he didn't need to see me no more because they went into remission. So but this specialist I see in 2 months, because he wants to keep track of everything, plus get all my records and go from there, plus refer me to a liver specialist and check out my heart and make sure I don't have sarcoidosis in my heart. And I told him if I have to do the dye and the MRI, I'm not doing it. And he's like, well, let's play it by ear and go take it one step at a time and go from there. And I'm like, that's fine, but even if I have sarcoidosis in my heart, I'm not doing the MRI with the dye, because my kidneys keep going up and down because I get dehydrated and I need a lot of sleep. When you're sleeping a lot, you don't drink a lot of water. And he's like, well, I'm glad that you know why your kidneys are going up and down. But the numbers aren't concerning, but it does look like I have early chronic kidney failure. And my heart started racing. He was checking my lungs and my heart at the time. He goes, oh, I'm guessing your heart racing, that's my fault. And I said, yes, because you said really bad things like chronic kidney failure. And he's like, well, the numbers are still good, and a lot of people can live long even if their kidney functions at 60. And I said, that's not the point. I still don't want to have that health issue. And then he was thinking about if maybe putting me on a different medication for sarcoidosis because I have it in my liver. But he's going to go by what he wants to see what the specialist for the liver says and go from there. And then my heart specialist and go from there. But he was thinking probably not steroids because I gain a lot of weight from them. Plus it causes other health issues. So the next step most likely will be chemotherapy, which is Methrex, or I know it starts with an M. I know I'm mispronouncing it. So I don't know. We'll play it by ear and go from there. I'm trying to get my kidneys back up. It went from 93 to 84, and I told him, he said it was when my blood was taken April 22nd. I said, oh, okay, that's when the rheumatologist took it. Not my doctor. And the rheumatologist, and I said, well, the rheumatologist took my blood, and I remember telling her that I was extremely dehydrated. And my blood was dark purple. So I remember thinking, that's not going to be good. And he's like, oh, okay. And I said, yeah, my kidneys go up and down because I'm dehydrated. And it started doing that when I beat COVID 2022. Oh, okay, so you know what's causing it. I said, yeah. No doctors told me. I just figured it out on my own. And so I've been drinking a lot of water. Well, the day I went to see her, I got picked up an hour early, so I only had a small water bottle with me, and yeah, so I was extremely dehydrated. And he's like, okay. But he seems to know more, and he's like, I can't understand why you haven't seen specialists for the sarcoidosis. And I said, well, a lot of doctors in Lincoln, doctors and specialists, don't even know about sarcoidosis. If they even know the word, they don't know much about it. And he goes, yeah, that's understandable. And I said, it is, especially for a rare disease, but we need proper care. And I said, I belong in sarcoidosis groups, plus I also talked to sarcoidosis research, and they were trying to find me a specialist close by, and they couldn't find me anyone. And I said, and technically I wasn't really thrilled with the rheumatologist I seen in that same building as the lung specialist I have now. I said, but I'm happy that she referred me to them, because they actually know what they're talking about. And he's like, oh yeah. So he's going to get records, and then we're going to go from there and see what needs to be done. So I'm just hoping for the best, and I'm hoping when I go in next month that my kidneys will be back up. I'm hoping. I'll watch my sodium, my sugar intake, and drink a whole bunch of water. She has me drink 2 quarts before I get my blood drawn. Sometimes I drink 1, sometimes half of 1. So I'll try my best. Drinking a lot of water, slamming it down, my stomach starts getting queasy. And then also next month, I am getting tested for ADHD and autism, so I can figure out where my kids are getting that from. I'm pretty sure, well, I know my oldest son got it from his dad's side, but the rest of my kids, I would like to know if it's from me or where it comes from. Alright, well, there's my update. Finally have a good eye specialist, and finally have a good pulmonary specialist that knows what they're talking about and understands sarcoidosis. They were happy, and he asked when I last seen an eye specialist, and I actually said this month. And I said, and he understood sarcoidosis. He said it's in remission in my eyes, and the cataracts doesn't look that bad. And then I see an eye doctor for my glasses, which I could probably see both the eye specialist for that. But I'd prefer to stay at my eye doctor's office, because I've been seeing them since middle school. And I see him in 6 months. He wants to check everything. And he's like, okay. But no liver specialist. And I'm like, no, my doctor's just been checking my blood work for my kidney function, my liver, and my thyroid. And last time she checked, my liver looked normal. And he goes, it still looks normal. Nice. So it's just my kidneys I need to get up. But he goes, I still want you to see a specialist so we can go from there and see what we need to do. If you need medication or what. And he's like, yeah, I can see the sarcoidosis in your lungs. It's visible. But it doesn't look like it's active. So he's going to try an inhaler, because I do have trouble breathing when it's too hot. And then he was interested to see what my sleep apnea test comes up and go from there. But he thinks most likely my extreme exhaustion is from the sarcoidosis. So, yeah. But he said it could be if I'm having sleep apnea. And I told him I've woken up twice struggling to breathe, gasping for air. And he's like, be interested to see what the sleep apnea test says. And I said, okay. And he goes, but if it doesn't show anything, then most likely it's the sarcoidosis making me extremely exhausted. And he's like, even if it's in remission, it still causes problems. So yeah. fun things. Not really. All right. Much love, you guys. Bye.